Hey guys, how's everyone doing this fine Wednesday? Mark's gonna go get the mouse so that I don't try to control the comments because then I get a little sidetracked. He knows how that's gonna end up. It never ends up. Are we back? Can you guys hear us? See us?
I accidentally clicked the button.
Mark did a no-no.
I sabotaged it.
It's saboteur. I like that when I would say saboteur.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was one of our friends. It's something I often say when I'm around actual people, like in real life. But it's Matt. It was Matt and Ivy.
Yeah.
They liked that. If you do something wrong, I'll be like, saboteur. That's how we roll.
We got Margie.
Hey, Margie.
We got Patty here.
Hi, Patty. Hi, Haas. So, Patty, that is okay. Wednesdays are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They are so crazy. We just appreciate that we're on that list of places you like to spend your time on.
It would be nice
Wednesday.
to have a clone now. I'd have to agree with her there.
Yeah. I'd send one, like the not fun me. I'd have an unfun clone that was all work and business ethic. And I'd have a really fun clone that loved goats and wanted to stay here and garden. And I'd send one off to work and I would keep one here.
Yeah. I think that clone would end up hating you.
It would hate me?
Yeah, for making it work.
Oh, it'd be like, why am I the one that's mistreated? I never thought about that. Your clone's having like a conscious.
Car 54, where are you? So we had to look that up before the live stream.
I know.
It's an old sitcom. So.
Yeah, Mark's like, what does that
mean? So actually,
that
the thing is that when she sees like movie channels, she starts like talking like she thinks that people.
I give them accents.
Yeah.
Weird, uncanny accents.
I said they're from the Bronx. She tried to like give them a New York accent.
Yeah, and it didn't come out in New York.
It was pretty entertaining. Too bad we
was.
weren't live yet.
I don't
probably
know
got a kick out of that. So.
Yeah, and I immediately was like, I don't know why I gave them that accent, but that's the accent they got.
Well, so. Adrian says, Ashley, I had a high false alarm swarm.
You did? I had a swarm yesterday.
Yep. Yeah, it was like hitting the lottery.
I had a swarm yesterday, but I found it. I like went out a little bit later than I usually would have. I had like this bug up my butt yesterday where I just didn't want to come inside. I wanted it was 80 and it was sunny, and I knew today was gonna be kind of stormy. So, like, I was outside almost all the way till dark, and I hopped on the mower, and I was going down our blackberry patch, and they were swarmed up in the blackberry bush. Like, I was looking down, and they were so low to the ground, like, they were in the line of the mower. So I stopped real quick and was like, I just put honey supers because they could all see their ceilings last week. Video coming. I'm like 2 weeks behind on videos. I've got 3 or 4 in the works. I cannot find time to sit down and edit enough.
Yeah.
So
been busy.
I ran in here and I was like, Mark, one of the beehives swarmed, and I am almost sure it's our Buckeye hive, the weaker one, because the swarm wasn't very big. And I'm pretty sure if it had come out of the CC hive, that hive is. I'm gonna probably attempt a walk-away split when the weather clears because I feel like it's coming. It's coming from that one.
She said I hurt my back rushing to try and make sure to get them. I didn't know what to do.
Well,
hopefully. Now you've been having trouble with your back.
You poor lady. Make sure you take it easy.
We got Emma and Bruce here tonight.
What? Brucey!
Speaking of swarms,
hey,
Swarmstead in the house.
Yes.
Crazy Life Homestead.
Hey, Crazy Life. Hello, Old Redding. How are you guys doing? Just got home from chasing bees. I work at a university, and like on the baseball field, there was a huge swarm, and someone came in. They're like, "Do you want to go get it?" And I don't have a hive open right now. Mm-hmm. We actually like used our 5-frame nuke that we got one of our nuke last year in, and we put these guys that had swarmed in there, and then I'm going to move them to a super when the weather clears. We've got 2 or 3 days worth like not good weather. Remind me tomorrow. Yeah. Our computer's trying to restart. I keep telling it next time, and the only time I use laptop is when we go live. So,
Crazy Life said, Ashley, please don't say that too much to me. I'm cracking up. Bug up my butt. She uses it quite a bit. That's
one of my favorite things. I'm like, I don't know, but I just got a bug up my butt. I can't sit down.
Up the newbie steaders. Good to have you in tonight.
Hello, newbie steaders. Yes, happy Wednesday.
Yep.
We are in the middle of like a crazy week, guys. It's a lull. Like out in the goat barn, we're in the middle of a lull, which is good. I just put two more goats in for babies, and I really need to put 3 more in with them because they're all kind of like stacked on one another. It's going to be crazy, guys.
Old Redding said, did the fridge just open itself? Good. Joe, our daughter just needs heads just below the half ball.
Short enough. See, there you go. Yeah. Say hello, ghost.
That's our ghost. It did smell like her ghost in a little bit in her room a little bit ago.
I want to talk about that.
We were doing some cleanup, spring cleaning, and we happened to run across it.
Yes, come on over.
What was in there, huh?
Tell us the story, Joe.
So after Easter, I immediately put my Easter egg basket like right on my counter, I guess. And we had hard-boiled eggs, and it was the worst idea ever. So it's like 4 or 5 weeks ago, Easter was there. So I still had them till this very day, and then we threw them out. But there was a black pile because one of them cracked. And
we
were in there because she wanted me to work on her. I found her TV remote like between her like the bed frame and the bed, like the actual what is that called? A mattress.
Yeah.
So she wanted me to set it up. Yeah. Shut up. So she's like, hey, help me with my TV. So I kind of was like, if you go through all your clothes and throw out things that don't fit and kind of do like a spring cleaning, then I'll come in and help you. And like when I came in there, I guess she must have disturbed it because I was like, what is the smell in your room? Like it smells like something dead. Mm-hmm. And I looked over, I'm like, are those hard-boiled eggs from Easter? She's like, yeah. She's like, it's not my fault. I was there for the candy. I'm like, that is totally your fault. You can't eat those in your room. And there was like black congealed just egg moisture underneath of it.
Good thing we caught it before.
I didn't realize like the basket it was in, I touched it and I did this and it was on my hand.
And then she started gagging.
Like running around the house gagging. Like I couldn't get it out of my nose.
Especially trash.
It was crazy.
Yeah. I thought you were gagging at the trash.
No, I was gagging at the trash from that room.
Like farts and poops.
Yeah. Let's talk about farts and poops now.
Up, Evelyn, good to have you in tonight.
Hello, Evelyn. How are you?
So,
That's all right, Sonny.
Yeah, we were mainly inside because we did get a brush with some rain tonight that came through. So it was nice all day, and then as soon as we got off work, of course it rained. So
and Joe's like, oh, her practice was canceled for softball, and she's like, well, let's practice because Joe has decided she wants to be the catcher on the team, and nobody else ever asked to be a catcher, but for fast pitch softball, it's like, well, that's one of the more important positions. So I was like, let's practice to make sure, like, because they've got a huge backstop, and I'm like, they're going to steal your britches off if you can't stop the ball. Mm-hmm. And of course, like, she came home and she's like, let's practice and let's get my goats out and walk them for 4-H. I'm like, dude, it's getting ready to storm, but hopefully maybe tomorrow after her softball pictures.
Oh, we got Darren in the house.
Hello, Darren. How are you?
That survival shelter you had on the other day was pretty cool. I was watched that video a couple of times. I don't know, did you build that? That would look pretty cool. I don't know. Did you see the little sort of it?
I've been really bad this week. I've not been able to check.
It was cool. It was cool. So it's funny because I guess it probably popped up in my feed too because I was like watching a couple other people. I always like watching survival stuff anyways, but like they did a couple shelters and it was funny because then yours popped up. Yeah. So even though I'm not good at it, I just like watching it. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Oh, and I kind of wanted to just like throw this out there. So last Friday I dropped a video about our buck Poseidon passing away, and Adrian, I think it was you that I was like, darn it, with it was you, like in Facebook chat, I remember it was you, but like I noticed some of you guys like commented, but I couldn't handle the audio being off, so I pulled it down and re-uploaded like the corrected audio. So if anybody commented like within the first hour of that video dropping last Friday, and you notice I have not responded to you, it's because I couldn't handle the video being up and not being to like the quality that I wanted it to be, so I pulled it down, fixed the audio, and put it back up.
Yeah.
So if I, for some reason, did not answer your comment on Friday, I'm really sorry. I was hoping that it would retain them, but I knew YouTube wasn't going to do that for me. But I don't want anybody to think like I overlooked them or just like was like, I don't care that you commented. I care about everybody that comments on the videos and interacts. Yeah. I just don't want you guys to feel like I was kind of like, whatever.
We got Eric tonight.
Hello, Eric. How are you? Long time no see, bud.
Need to wash Brigitte mug and hoodie if I can take it from. Good luck. I'm glad she liked them. Yeah. So
I'm really glad she liked, and she looks so cute and all.
Oh, I said also, we hosted a group that came in to teach a course, and their students built that shelter and some others. That is really awesome.
Cool.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
Well, now you got all kinds of little stash spots around your house. It was out on your property they did that, I assume. Really so neat. That's pretty cool. So, well, like I said, we hosted, so imagine it's on their property.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, Bruce, if you're still in here, how many swarms are we up to? I know last week it was 1. We were up to like the first one, but you said you just got home from another swarm. So how many are you at? If you're still in here. If not, it's cool. I'll ask you later when I see you in here.
Eric said yes, too much school.
Oh,
Our daughter can attest to that. She's ready to wrap up her school year.
She's like,
Well, last Friday I went to the middle school and like they did all kinds of presentations about band and choir. And I already turned in my paper to say I'm doing band and choir.
yeah,
so.
she's like, Mom, is it okay if I did both? I'm like, whatever you want to do, just remember it's 4 grades.
Wow.
So you can't just like quit.
Bruce said 3. Man.
I really was tempted about the one today at work.
So how late do swarms run into? Like the year?
They can go through the fall.
Yeah.
Right, Bruce?
Is
like
that how late they can
or
go?
Adrian can answer this as well. Well, Adrian can answer it too.
Yeah, that's true.
Fall swarms are not like those. I would assume those would be harder to get through the winter
the one in
no stores.
College Corner?
That actually was a year ago today.
Okay.
That popped up in my memories today on
spring.
Facebook. Yeah, it was a year ago
Never do
today.
with dates. I always do.
Yeah, it was a year ago.
So I'm
today.
like, when something happened recently, that could be like the last couple of days for me, or about 5 years ago.
Yeah,
You just have to assume sometime in the past.
It's so crazy.
Oh, Margie, look, Joe, she's
Margie,
talking.
what kind of snake was it? Do you remember?
Oh my god, I don't remember, but I did take my own video and like.
Well, I put it on. She
Yeah.
doesn't know. I put it on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Oh my god,
She's
I
over it.
screamed. It like I was poking it with this thing like.
That's what
see,
you get for
it's-
poking it with a
Well, I was trying
stick.
to see if it's like Tonic Finnick in there. Like, see, it's alive. And I started poking it in there, like, and I was like, did it scare me? I thought it was lunging at me.
Yeah.
So I screamed.
Yeah.
And as soon as the video ended, I ran back inside. I was not gonna.
You did
Yeah.
see me pick it up though, right? I took your stick and just pressed it down on it, picked it up, and put it in the wood pile. It's
Ashley
just a
died
little
laughing
garter
though,
snake.
because Ashley always likes when little kids scream and they panic or get scared.
It brings so much
Tickles
joy
her
to
to
my
death,
soul. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
The Grinch.
I swear
Yeah.
we can't walk through like the mall during Christmas, because if the kids are screaming at Santa,
like
she
I
gets
die.
a kick.
I will hang out around that area like all day.
It's-
I know that sounds so
the fear
terrible.
of children tickles her.
It's
No.
just it's okay.
My
It's
friends.
okay. Thank you, Old Redding. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. That's
Give
very
a
nice of
thumbs
you to
up.
remind. Yeah, it was just a garter snake. It was just a garter snake. But yeah, I ended up picking that up and taking it to the wood pile because they're beneficial to our
So our
area.
dog digs out again. The little one always
If you
grabs.
really wanted to, too.
Adrian said they can, but usually it's spring, early midsummer deal.
Yeah.
'Cause that's I think
I
maybe when
noticed
I've
like
seen
a
them out.
lot of our Facebook groups for Indiana.
It's also location dependent.
That's true. That's super true. So what was going on with yours, Adrian? Did they just not swarm? Or what was? I mean,
That reminds me, Ashley was on Facebook the other day, and the lady was talking about like if her hive was at risk of swarming and something. How many swarm pods did they have in there when they
oh
opened
my
it?
gosh, she had like 24
Yeah.
queen cells. I'm
Yeah.
like, something's getting ready to happen.
It was wild. So, yeah, that's
You probably should
pick it
be
up, Rising.
watching.
Get ready for
It
that.
was crazy. And they were all capped. Every single one of them were
Yeah.
capped. She's like, what are these things? I'm like, those are queen cells.
yeah.
And yeah, they're probably going to swarm. But I mean, and I knew the hive that came out of, when the video comes out, I did find queen cells that were not capped. So I think, and I didn't do a deep inspection. I was just jumping in to give them more room real quick before I can get in there. And I found the one where it didn't have an egg or larvae in it and it wasn't capped. I'm like, if there's one here, I bet like in these other frames, like I would probably find some. So I'm almost sure it came from that hive.
Yep.
You know, they both overwintered, so I'm happy to keep another hive
So
with their
offer
genetics.
Darren some encouragement. We also lost our first 2 hives we had, so just stick with it.
Stick
We've
with
had
it.
better
It's
luck.
been good.
But we also definitely had better luck with the 2 hives now were local. So before
Yeah.
we started with package
Yeah,
fees,
we bought from down
which,
south.
I mean, people can get started, and if that's all you have, it works.
Yeah.
But, I mean, honestly, like, I prefer local now because we've had so much better luck. So,
Well, they're just used to it. Like the
Mhm.
one from Ohio was overwinter queen, all that good stuff, and then the one came from a swarm, a wild caught. But they may have been feral, but probably not. They probably swarmed from someone else's hive, but we ended up catching them, and they've been really productive. Like so productive. It's kind of crazy. But
Wow.
you passed 20 calls already on other people.
wow. Is that
Man.
common, or is that higher than usual? Because I'm hoping maybe they're bouncing back, you know. But
Yeah.
because I know it seems like in general bees have sort of been in a decline.
And
So
can anybody here tell me, do hornets swarm? Because somebody wanted to argue with me today. I was like, hornets swarm? And I'm like, I don't know if they do or not. Because the picture they showed me, like, of the baseball field at Miami University, I'm like, that is definitely a
the
swarm.
giant murder hornets.
Well, it was really low to the ground, and I'm like, I don't think hornets swarm like bees do. But I could be wrong because I don't know a lot about hornets.
Emma's tying up her bandwidth. She said, "Whoop, video's exporting." Yay! There we go.
That's so great.
How's the coop coming along, by the way?
Yeah.
I think you're finished last video, so I think they're fishing up.
So what are you doing with your tongue back there, you weirdo?
Oh, I'm drinking milk.
I just look. I can see back there in the screen. She's like,
yeah, she can't handle.
Okay,
She's got a
little
mustache.
you too.
Adrian said, "I'll send you a video on Facebook really quick."
Okay, sweet. I will watch it after.
Emma was asking Darren, "How's the Great White North?"
The Great White North. I hope it's not so white for you anymore. I'm hoping you guys are starting to the Great Green North.
Adrian said, "Just there was a crap ton of bees outside the hive, and it wasn't bearding. It was like they were going to try to swarm."
Oh,
Ashley had that fear the other day, but
we had like one huge orientation flight, and I like ran out there. I'm like, something is happening, but it was done like within 10 to 15 minutes. I'm like, oh, and I was videoing it. I'm like, oh, I see the figure eights now, but like then
she
I was
said
like,
she watched them for about an hour, and then they all went back in.
Really?
So.
That's really odd, Adrian. You poor thing, don't hurt your back, lady.
Yeah.
If I were close, I'd be like, just call me, I'll come help you.
Oh, you're getting a call out. Ashley and Adrian, I mentioned you two in my latest video. Not sure if I'll post it tomorrow yet.
What?
Oh, and Bruce confirmed only honeybees swarm.
Oh, that's what I had thought. They were like, no, these are hornets. I'm like, I don't think hornets swarm and like cling low to the ground. And he's like, well, why would they be low to the ground? Honeybees don't like that. I'm like, well, it's getting ready to storm.
We'll say
closer to the ground.
In the last live, I think it was, somebody mentioned, what was that? Brave Outdoors or whatever.
Yeah.
So we started watching that. That guy.
Yeah. That guy's stupid.
Yeah. Coyote, whatever. Yeah. That guy is crazy.
That guy is dumb.
Like he gets stung and sometimes it like drops him to his knees.
Yeah.
I don't know how
he like blacked out. They're like, you got to tell us when you're reaching the limit. And he just like passed out. I'm like, I think he reached his limit.
I can't imagine the anxiety of getting ready to know you're getting stung. Like that just seems, especially by some of those insects he's getting stung by.
The one was like a weird looking like centipede type thing. And it like bit and it planked off of his finger. I'm like, that's how hard it's biting him. That his whole body is just rigid from like the tension.
Give me the cringe. Just major cringe factor there. So. Darren said, "Oh my God, we just got an email that our local garden center just got out our tree order in 1.5K in new trees." Wow. Darren, you're going to have an instant orchard with all that. That is awesome.
Make sure you keep trying with your bees because they'll really help your orchard, man.
That's a big tree order.
Yeah, that is huge. Good
so
for you, though.
So what type of fruit trees are they? And what like does your area prefer? Because I wonder if it's probably limited being up in the cold weather, I'd imagine.
Maybe.
Yeah. Because our plans are still to start an orchard here. We have like a big space in the very back of our lot.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
I keep telling myself baby steps.
But now we got a bunch of blackberries back there. So
yeah. I really think we are probably like, I know like we had our goals video and I'm like, I'm really apprehensive to put out a goals video because it makes me feel like I need to stick to it, which some of the things we're going to, but some stuff, guys, we're going to have to step back from it because it's like, there are just a lot of things that are coming up. We're like, oh, we need to reevaluate our capacity to do this, which sucks because I feel like we have like a really big vision. I want to be doing this like on a larger scale. I would love to do farmers markets and to do, there's like a community agricultural type deal thing out here where you can like sign people up and like you grow the food for them and they come when you have things that are available, like a contracted farming or agriculture, like a community type fun deal. And I'd love to do that with like meat chickens and things like that to help people, like especially in surrounding areas that maybe don't really think about buying local or fresh. And I don't know, like I'm feeling a calling towards it, but we're at such high capacity right now with the goats and everything. Like I don't know if I can do it.
Swamped.
But I have like this vision I want to work towards. It's just there's a lot of obstacles that are jumping up right now.
Bruce said the first wave of calls were a little too far away.
That stinks.
Yep. Well, that's good you were able to pass them on, though, especially knowing other people. I'm sure they were.
Yeah, I don't think my boss would have liked me just abandoning my post to go to the ball field with like a cardboard box, be like, come on, please get in.
Adrian said it's 5 seconds long. You could show people if you wanted.
Okay. Oh.
Look it up.
I am.
She said,
I saw she sent it to me.
Oh, holy cannoli.
Holy cannoli.
I
know. Isn't that crazy?
Okay. Oh, look. Oh, is that it?
Yeah. Can you guys...
Well, you have it on like small.
I know.
You need to make it full
Stop
screen.
it. I'm gonna look like an old person.
Yeah. Hit done up there. Click the video and it should give you a...
I want it. There it goes.
Go. There's Adrian's hive.
Yeah. It was,
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Man, I would have thought they were swarming too.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. They all just went back in.
Yeah, because that's not no orientation fight either. That's just really...
Yep. Oh, she said, I love my goat shirt and mug, by the way. I love wearing it. So comfy.
I'm glad you like it, and you look super cute in it, if I do say so myself.
Rebel canners.
Cringe.
Oh. Bruce said, I mean, if you whack a hornet nest, they're flying around like crazy, but it's not
a reproductive swarm.
Yeah, they'll definitely come out and greet you.
I found it really amazing though, because like that sparked a lot of conversation, like within our in our office, and they're like, well, like what about honeybees? Like it was just amazed, like the general population just doesn't seem to have like any idea, and they're like, well, it's all male and female. I mean, it's like an equal population. I'm like, no, it's not. They're like, well, the queen tells them what to go do, and I'm like, well, she releases pheromones to signal to them. I'm like, but her job is to like lay eggs, and they take care of her.
Yeah.
And if they don't like the job she's doing, like they'll replace her too. And they're like, what? I'm like, oh my god, guys, sit down. Let's have a story time. It was.
Oh, there it is.
Crazy.
CSA Rebel Canner said.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. When I used to work at the bank,
Adrian
my
said
manager.
it up there too.
Oh yeah, you guys are awesome. See, like that's something I want to work towards, but I don't know. I feel like I'd be stepping into it. I get really stressed out with people, like over interacting with people. So I don't know if I can handle it.
Darren said we are working on building our third food forest. It includes apple, pear, plum, nuts, berries, and nitrogen fixers, along with some maples.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Well, so with the maples, are you going to do syrup, I assume, then? And too bad you're far away, but otherwise we could send you some mulberry trees.
Yeah, they're super
we got a bunch
they'll
of them.
Take over.
Yeah, we're actually clearing out some because they actually will choke themselves out.
Well, between that, the grapevine, and the honeysuckle, we've just got like an invasive like orgy going on over there. It's ridiculous. Like I'm sorry, YouTube. I take the word back. It's a party. It's an invasive block party that's happening like in the. It is what it is. Okay, it didn't work. I'm sorry. I can't take it back. YouTube. It's out there now. Whatever.
There's probably worse stuff out there. Adrian said, community supported agriculture where people pay for their product subscription ahead of time.
Yeah. We have so much land, though. I feel like we should be doing a lot more with it. Oh, do you? I like it, too.
Yeah.
I've had it for 3 years. I've had this phone for 3 years. I really need that.
We're bad about upgrading.
Yeah.
We will basically wait till they fall apart.
We'll just sit there and yell about what a big piece of crap it is.
Mine just like suddenly closes down.
I can't take it anymore.
But at least she's got a good phone.
Yes. It's probably. Well, I'm glad you're back, Crazy Life Homestead, and the doggies need walked. They do.
Mm-hmm. You go. Bruce, I was interviewed by the news today and explained that honeybees aren't in trouble and never have been.
Yeah. Good. I feel like a lot of people do need to be educated on it, because a lot of people just. I was really floored because but there are a lot of beekeepers too in my department that I didn't realize until you start like, oh yeah, I've got a couple hives, and like this one guy's like, I farm queens, and this other one's like, I do it this specific way, or I'm chemical free, and this other person's like, shut up, who even cares? I use chemicals as much as I want. So that was an interesting conversation to sit in on with like all these other beaks, because I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna listen.
Oldering said bees are complicated. If you don't keep them, then it'd be impossible to know all the stuff about them.
It is.
Yeah.
You're right.
I feel like there's still so much to learn about them too. Like in just general, even like experts, because I mean they communicate in such a specific way.
Yeah.
like I think it'll be something like even centuries down the road, we're still going to be learning about them. They're amazing though. I mean, you think about it, how they communicate.
And I think like already you have a really good point though, because like before we started keeping bees, like I had no idea when I started doing my research. I'm like, these things are the coolest thing on earth.
Yeah.
Like they're just really.
And it's like
complex.
each time you even break into them and stuff, you see new things, you learn new things. Maybe someday we'll get to know the knowledge level of Bruce.
Last year, I learned that in the fall, you suit up completely here because bees hate you in the fall. But in this, like, you guys will see it too, like in the video. Like, I was scooping some of the swarm, like, with just my bare hands. Like, was scooping at Mark's, like, please put on gloves. So I did put on gloves, but I did my inspection, like, with, you know, nothing on my hands. And it was nice to feel them crawl all over your hands. But I know in the fall, like, they wanted to hurt me. So I just have to make sure to wear that full body suit.
Brigitte calls me my little honeybee. She does all the work.
At least you recognize it though, dear.
Little honeybee. That's awesome.
It's just crazy, Emma. Like I don't get it, you know? But I can't say it because I was part of the general public like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Even when he first started by himself, what was it, 5 years ago? Because you had 2 years you tried, then we took a break for a year or two, and then I picked it up last year. So I feel like if I'd have been involved and we had 2 sets of eyes and like we actually went in, and because a lot of people are like, just get them and let them go. Yeah. And that I think that approach works for some people, but I'm really hands-on. I wanted to get in and see what it was all about and did a lot of research and was like, man, I really wish I'd have been involved when he first got it together, but I was at a weird point in my life. So I was like, those are your thing. I don't care about them. I care about them now, though.
Emma said she wants some mulberry trees.
Yes, I can do that for you.
Yep.
I can do that for you.
Shouldn't be too hard to ship
them.
I
have to look. Yeah. I have to look and make sure because I know like they don't like going across.
HOA is so far away. Otherwise, we could bring some with us.
Well, they can sit in like a little pots and just water them.
What, HOA? Yeah. No, I mean like it's so far away, like into October.
You can still start them. It's the best time to plant fruit trees. Here is in the fall.
Like our property, they like them so much. It's like they just drop the berries and we just get.
But the berry buds are there. Yeah. I'm just hoping to goodness we don't have.
And some of the ones we cleared out, like I didn't get a chance to come down, like or try to take out the roots, so I just cut them off like chest high, so the ones around it can prosper. And like those ones I cut off chest high, like start branching out.
Yeah,
like,
they're already branching.
They're crazy.
I can see why they're invasive. Very resilient. You have to admire plants to be that resilient, though.
Darren said, by the time our maple can be tapped, I'll be dead.
Oh,
I have other things to tap.
You're just...
The devil faces that.
Darren, what are you talking about? Like, do tell. Brigitte, close your ears.
But I'm sure somebody will enjoy all those maple trees. So, and the fruit trees, I'm sure you'll be able to enjoy them. So.
Well, and trees just all the way around are beneficial for everybody on the earth. So.
Haas said we want a food forest. I can't say who yet, but Hannah is illustrating a food forest book. Oh, wow.
That's cool. Hannah is an amazing artist. Like, she really, really is.
Yeah, Ash always gets tickled when.
Yeah, and when I see other people doing like artwork, I'm like, look what they're doing because it's so cool.
Adrian said I can't help but correct people when they call worker bees or worker boys. Nope, they be girls and they deserve the credit of being female.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, when I was like, no, drones are boys, and they serve no purpose but to copulate with the queen, pass on genetics. They have no role other than that.
Crazy Life said, just love my honeybees, and they help me with my allergy relief.
Yes. Speaking of allergies, it is ramping up here in Indiana.
Yeah.
Like today, I had the tickle in the back of my throat where I'm like, no.
Yeah. Oh, we got where to begin in here tonight.
Hello, where to begin? How are you?
Yeah, that's one thing. Speaking of things blooming, like we're thinking about trying to cheat Mother Nature a little bit and get some stuff planted this weekend. Yeah,
I'm gonna defy it.
Ours is pretty strong in the area, like well known as
the first date is April 28th. Yeah, which is today. But the super duper you are probably not going to get a frost is after Mother's Day. Yeah. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get like my corn and sunflowers out because it's been warm enough like for the last week now that the soil is warm enough. And I don't foresee like even if we got like a small frost that it would even be able to do anything because a lot of farmers are starting to plant out here. Like there was a lot of tilling going on, a lot of cedars were out in the field. So I'm like, if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me. So we'll probably be doing that.
Yeah.
It always stresses me out, but I always feel so accomplished after I've gotten everything in.
And like for this area, like we generally have it where we'll get that fall spring, like where it'll warm up a bit and then it'll like get that quick snow. And we had that like last week. So usually for us, that's a good clear sign. Like last year, it warmed up pretty early and stayed warm for a while, but then we got hit with that one like early May.
Well, it was like the day before Mother's Day. It was a hard frost.
Yeah. So plus that
you want it on it too, Farmstead or Adrian? I can't do it today.
So she wants some mulberry trees too.
I can handle that.
Yeah. We'll be like Oprah, just hand out mulberry trees.
You get a mulberry tree.
Which we have a bunch. So.
Yeah, there's crap.
Get them while you can.
Or if anybody wants bittersweet, my bittersweet like hits the ground and roots back up.
Or honeysuckle, which nobody wants that.
Nobody wants honeysuckle. You'll never get rid of it.
The honey locust, we have a bunch of them.
Yeah, those are all
which have the big thorns, like really big ones, and suck the handle.
Yeah.
And then on top of, but the nice thing with them though is they're called honey locusts because they bloom and they smell very strong.
But they are the last trees here to leaf out. So a lot of our trees are already leafed out all the way.
Yeah.
And they're just starting to look green at the tip. So but it is definitely hot. And when they bloom, allergies will go psychotic here. Like I'll probably have a big problem.
Crazy, like I said, my husband knows everything about everything, including bees. I did my research. So according to him, I don't know anything.
Well,
we all have people like that. I will admit sometimes I can do that way too.
Well, I think people have like specific things where they really feel confident in. Like he could not tell me anything about goats, even though he grew up with them. And there were sometimes like he was dead on. I was just like, nope, this is my thing, and I'm going to learn it, and this is my research. And if I just listened to him, I'd be like,
lie though. I'm big on like if I don't know, I just won't even try. Like I'll just be like, no, I don't know. I won't ever tell somebody. I just hate when people do that. Like don't really know anything. So
yeah. Well,
like, she'll ask me like, just give me an answer. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Usually when I'm asking him to give me answers when I'm unsure and I need someone to like, I'm like this. I don't have that balance. I'm like, tip me one way or the other.
Yeah, but if it's like the other end of the spectrum, or if I know it, I'll drive her nuts because like I'll go into like 15 tangents. Like last night, I think we spent an hour and a half doing the truck finance because we're looking
with my eyes closed.
Yeah. So of course I broke out the financing because I love working with financing. So I broke it out like 5 different scenarios and was like pulling up other cars and pricing them off. Yeah, I drove her nuts. But like, if I don't know, I don't know.
10 o'clock is my bedtime. Yeah. Like you had all
and I
time
wake up
it.
at that point. I feel
that's when he's awake. It's been
Adrian
terrible.
said you're talking about kegs, though, right? For Darren,
right? That's all you're gonna be tapping, right?
Devil faces say otherwise.
I know we're behind in talking. Yeah. Bye bye, Bruce.
He's probably going to get in there swarm away there.
Let's keep that off this
Oh, that's funny. So Crazy Life said usually after Mother's Day. Yeah.
I am, Adrian. A lot of my peppers and my tomatoes, I won't even try to get those, or melons. I won't even try to get those out until well after the frost date because they still have 2 weeks. So my tomatoes and everything with your black crims, I'm so excited for.
Mm-hmm.
And your bunny tails are already coming up. I'm waiting to direct sow everything else, but the bunny tails, they're coming up so well.
Because the old writing said it's so hard to wait until Mother's Day, and that's where Ashley's at. Plus, we started some things pretty early, and they get leggy too. When they start.
The brassicas type, broccoli and cauliflower already out on the back deck, hardening off. And what else is out there? So lettuce and peas are hardening off
Adrian
out there too.
The short. I see a notice.
Hey, dandelion bloom.
Check that out, guys.
That sounds awesome.
After our live.
Yeah.
But Adrian said we had a freeze in July in 2019 or something. Oh my goodness!
Shut the front door, Adrian.
And once you get bit by something like that, then you become super hesitant. But that late, I mean, there's just nothing you can do.
Dude, if that hit us, it would kill everything.
And Darren's probably laughing what are you guys talking about?
Yeah, he's like
Mother's Day. This is around more like our Father's Day. So Crazy Life said, I'm not sure if I'll be on this property to plant any more strawberries or I'm going to put them in the dirt. Friend had a kiddie pool with a hole in it. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, we got some strawberries that, man, they just take off.
They do. But do snakes like your strawberry bushes?
Yeah, we always have one in
We've
our
always
garden.
got, and I leave them because obviously, like, they keep the birds and the mice away from, like, stealing the
Plus,
strawberries.
it gives something our little dog to hunt because he loves pulling out snakes.
I don't like when he hunts them, though.
No.
I like
For some
the
reason, he
snakes.
does. He's like a cat. He's already gotten 5 moles this week.
Well, there's probably a lot more out there than that.
And yeah,
he brought another one in today.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't mind it, like him catching them and doing whatever. The thing is, like, he'll basically transplant them in our yard. So then
we're a mole farm.
Yep.
We're a mole farm.
So we have to unfortunately
Very
dispatch them.
irritating. I don't know if they'd be hardy to zone 3, Darren. That'd be something I'd have to look into for you.
Yeah, I don't, because honestly, like, we don't really know much about them because they were just here when we moved. I haven't really looked into them much. I don't think you have either, really. I mean, it's just something that's always been here.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, we looked into how to use them, and that's where we came up with the jam and stuff. But really, we don't know much, like,
no, I mean, just because they've been here. It probably would never really been a tree that I would have picked to start, but because it's so rampant here, wild, we just have it. But I can look it up for you.
Yep.
Got to get the fire cider ready for allergies. Yeah.
Now, do you have allergies, like a lot of allergy plants down in Florida? Because I know, like, certain areas, and Adrian, maybe you can confirm, or Patty, like, I heard out west, I had some people that lived in our area. They moved out west for work, and I think they're on the Oregon-Washington line, I think. And they were talking how they used to have horrible allergy problems and don't anymore.
Yeah.
So, which I should appreciate. She gets allergies. Allergies don't bother me that much.
They didn't start bothering me till, like, I was in high school, and it was hilarious because it was always during softball season, and I pitched. So I was like, it hits my eyes. So my eyes would water, and it would just make me really miserable. I feel like
it gets worse each year, too.
It does. Especially, like, when we're throwing hay.
Zone 4, but maybe you could plant some near your house for water, a little warm.
Yeah.
Darren said Zone 4 we usually do Zone 3 things, so prosper.
That makes sense, though.
Were we Zone 5?
5B.
5B.
Yeah. For a second.
Yeah, you keep track of that better than I do. I'm so excited for you, too. I can't believe still that July date. She said that she was frozen. So there's Darren said middle of June. June 24th. Now, I know you have the greenhouse, so you're trying to plant early, but do people try to cheat it? And does that often burn them? Because I know we're probably going to try to cheat ours a little bit.
But it's only on stuff that, like,
but like I said, our formal one, they say, is April 28th. But everybody says Mother's Day.
To be completely safe. Hello, Cody.
Yep.
How are you? How's everything going over there?
Adrian said, put mine at June 15th. I can't plant until June 20th last year. Yeah.
I don't know how you guys do it. Like, seriously. That's such a short growing period.
Emma said, I haven't thought about using fire cider for allergies. I need to try it. Do you know what fire cider is?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. But apparently it works for allergies, so maybe you need to try it. Anybody got a quick recipe out there what it is?
Yeah.
You're not a big cider drinker, though. You don't like yeah, whatever.
I'm super, like, I don't try a lot of things. I'm not very cultured. You guys can tell that,
Emma said, I never had allergies till we moved to Missouri.
It's the Midwest.
Yeah.
Like, it's so crappy here.
It picks up, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So,
definitely. Yes, you guys do, because it sounds like you guys have the same growing season.
Adrian was asking too. I don't know what fire cider is. Sounds good. Yeah, I don't know what it is. So crazy life. Is there a recipe?
Sweet fire cider.
So
that
somebody
would
has
be what I would.
So something like Haas might have it, or Emma. So which Emma does surprise me. She always knows something.
I know you guys are so well rounded. I feel so sheltered when I talk to you guys.
Yeah, like food isn't like an area of our we like enjoy it, but we don't. Crazy stuff. So. Speaking of food, Darren's been butchering out some of his cows. I've been watching those videos.
Highland bulls.
Yeah. So those have been cool videos to watch. Check those out. So Darren said, yes, I try to cheat, and since I moved here from Ontario and had a longer growing season.
Yeah.
So
that's probably really tough to adjust to. I mean, honestly, I would never move. I say that with so much love in my voice, but if we ever moved, it would have to be somewhere with an even longer growing season. Just because I'd love to go to Texas.
Or more land.
Or more land.
That's our definite goal.
More land. More land would be great.
Yep. Oh, wait. Did it jump? Oh, it didn't. Yep. So
didn't.
I know. I'm also trying to find this one. Fire cider isn't known for its taste, which the sound makes it. Yeah.
It's gonna burn by
It tastes like charcoal.
It's gonna burn by it. Burn all the way down type deal.
Here it is, Crazy Life. Fire cider, Stryver's Homestead, peppers, and onions. Oh, you wouldn't be able to. She's not a big fan of onions, so.
That's just like, oh. There's something other
And
like,
it's a great taste that is. It's
like,
not known for.
They just endure the allergies.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get tired of having to pop like a Claritin or a Zyrtec.
Yeah.
That's where I get upset.
Sometimes,
I hate popping.
She forgets, and then she gets out there, and of course, that's when it hits.
It's usually like when I'm in, like what one time I went coyote hunting, and I was going through like this tall grass.
Oh man, her face
and I
was so
came
swelled
home, and my I don't know how I made it home. Like I could feel it when I was in there, and I didn't know like that was what my allergen was at that point in time. And remember, like just carried like my rifle kind of high, and it was I could just see the plumes coming off of this grass, and my face started to itch real bad, and I knew not to touch it. But by the time I got home, my entire face was swelled. My eyes were almost swelled shut. I don't know how I made it home because it was like what a 40-minute drive.
Yeah.
Like it was bad. I walked in, Mark's like, "Oh my God, what happened?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "I got into something while I was coyote hunting, and it did not go well for me." So
It reminds me of that snippet you took of the thumbnail. Are you gonna do something?
oh no!
So I actually got a picture of her in a barn, and like it doesn't look like her because the face she got. I'm sure you guys have to do like your
You
thumbnails
will
and
see
stuff
it
like
on Friday.
freeze frame some videos. You're like, what the heck is like
Yeah,
going on this?
it's pretty special.
Of course, we have to go through all the gifs because we start finding gifs that look like the face. So there you go. Look at that face, guys. Right there.
Like, that's
The
what it
face
looks like after
of
drinking
Mulberry
fireside.
Branch. That would
I'm
probably
gonna make after
both of
fireside.
our faces. So you put that in a shirt. How would you like that, guys?
I would love
Yeah.
to make a shirt like that,
Yeah.
and I would wear it. When people be like, "Who's been on the street?" Like,
Yeah.
"Mom."
When you talk about the manure for, you always have the sweet poopy poops or something like that.
What?
When you talk about the manure for
The
you,
sweet poop.
yeah, there you go.
Sweet poop. And have that on it. You
Yeah.
call the sweetie sweaty poop.
Yeah,
something like
so-
that. Sounds
yeah.
like you got a stomach virus.
Taco Bell.
Sweaty
Speaking
poops.
of this, Darren said, so we have 3 legs to finish butchering. Man, you guys are
How
gonna
much
have
are
a
you guys
full
getting
freezer.
off of
Yeah.
that? Like, just
Yeah, you guys are gonna have a stockpile. You got all
I
that food
know.
forest, and you got, man, you need to catch up.
end
We're
of the
like,
world.
I think our
Barons.
pantry's empty.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
freezer is full though.
Our
Still got
freezer
this
is
year.
full, but like this time of the year with us being so busy, like
We
everything goes to hell here.
Yeah. We need to go
Everything goes
fishing. We haven't
crazy.
been fishing in a while. I don't know.
The other day I was like, we don't have toilet paper or paper
Speaking of
towels
that,
or
we
bread.
have a free fishing day on May 2nd.
We do.
The
That's
state. Yeah.
Sunday.
We should go.
Okay, sweet.
So-
Let's do it.
Adrian said I overwatered my baby tomatoes and they got the white nodule things, which I didn't know that what that was last year. Now I know, and it's like son of a pooper.
Yeah. Tomatoes can be a little bit like wimpy, like in the seedling stage, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We had blight. We dealt with blight. Like, I had like 6 foot tall tomato plants in the whole pot of 4 feet. Like, I was pretty because the blight was just, and
Yeah.
that was my bad. I'd had a couple days where it was hot and like I watered right before nighttime and like it splashed everywhere. But I
Yeah.
never really dealt with blight, so I didn't think it was in my soil. And it started, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was not a happy
And I
camper.
said there are a bunch of different recipes for fire cider. So she
Okay.
recommends cider, so the land and roots and refuge.
Roots
Which
and
was
Red-
cool. Speaking of Roots and Refuge, they were on a local radio channel.
Yeah, Jess was on there on Saturday, so we took a
Yeah, and she's
special
like, I know them. And like,
Yeah,
it was when
I
we were
was
going to
like,
pick up our new
"It's
buck, and then
Jess!"
all of a sudden she jacked up the radio volume.
yeah, because Mark's like, what is this? I'm like, it's Jess from Roots and Refuge.
Yeah.
We need to listen to
They
her.
were talking about her new book and,
Yeah.
and just
It
her
was really
whole
neat.
philosophy on
You
things.
guys know, like, she's just got such an eloquent, like, down home, like, you can just feel, like, the happiness and joy that she feels, like, the way that she talks. It's a very specific way that she speaks.
Cody said, weather better stay nice. I have 3 foot tall tomatoes in the greenhouse. I need to get them in your
Oh,
house.
my gosh.
Yeah, you better
Cody.
get them in soon. That's all,
Yeah.
man. You got those.
Good Lord, have
How
mercy.
long ago did you plant those?
I was going to say, did you start those a month or 2 ago, or what? Lord.
Adrian said, I'll stick to Kinder Punch. I don't know if I've heard of it.
Okay, to share Kinder Punch.
Yeah.
Adrian.
We're going to get all kinds of
gonna get
recipes out here,
today.
guys. Yeah. We're going to have to put in our description all these different. Try drinking this.
Maybe that'll be the next thing. We'll drink it on our next live, and we'll try these different recipes and see which one works.
Also, give you my recipe. Definitely have a chaser, but here's what helps you. Sounds like old snake oil.
That sounds really scary.
Aaron said, my hay fever is bad, so let's get animals that we have to feed.
I know, right? Like when usually we get hay like late June, early July, right? Is it usually after fair? Or is it before fair that we get hay?
It depends.
But it's always on.
Because on a good year here, they can get 3 cuttings.
I think last year they got three.
I mean, if we go through like a dry spell though, they usually only get.
But you can ask him. Like, I'm the one that stacks. I stack the trailer, and then when we get home, like I get up in the loft, and I'm the one that stacks. And I wear like long sleeve because like I'll break out in hives, and I won't be able to breathe. I'll wear a bandana. I feel like I'm suffocating myself, and it's always 110 degrees the day that we do it.
Especially up in the loft,
never
of course,
fails.
It heats up in the top of the barn.
It never fails.
So
I lose about 20 pounds that week.
Oh yeah, you sweat your brains out. I hear say I got a bee in my hair today.
Oh no!
I'm sure into Dan's office, and get it out. There's something that's worse than like doing. That is honestly one reason why I shave my beard off, because I've been working on like cleaning out some brush and stuff, and bugs will crawl on it.
That is like the creep. Yeah. My hair goes up. Like I love.
Drives me
this is
nuts.
Gonna sound super vain, but like I love filming in the wintertime because I'm like, I look super cute with the beanie and my hair looks good. And then in the summer I'm like a sweaty mess and everything's up top, and I'm like, it's because like bugs get on me.
Yeah.
I don't mind them, but when they're on me and crawling and I can't identify what's crawling on me, like I lose my stuff. I lose that.
No, Emma said at the hospital tonight, there's no cure for what ails me right now. I got my 2nd dose this morning. I'm like,
are you not feeling well, Emma? It put my mom and dad on their butt.
Yeah.
Like the second,
the
first one they were kind of like,
allergies,
but like the second one, it really put them down.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of people are saying the second one that's really bad.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
Adrian said he couldn't find her at first, but then did, and it surprised him.
He's like, whoa,
like he got it out. Yeah. Crazy life. Okay, so today I made 4 pints and 4.5 pints strawberry jam. Holy cow! Wow.
So nice. See, we're not even close to our strawberries being in.
But man, when they come in, ours come in heavy.
Fast,
like you can't keep up with it. So yeah.
Sorry.
And like the one thing nice is like we just start throwing them to chickens and stuff because they'll come through and just clean them up too.
Yeah.
So.
Which, speaking of chickens, I'm gonna have to have like a flock reduction. It's a lot of control here, guys. Like.
Adrian said, still keeping up my no sting record. You're beating us.
I was very.
My one sting, I think, has been where it flew into the corner of my eye and it squinted. Like I didn't touch it and it squeezed it. So
I remember like it was last year. My nephew, it was like his birthday party or something, or we had like a get together at a bonfire, and my nephew's like, I want to go see the bees. So I was like, okay, let's go down and see the bees. And it was dark, so I'm like, you can probably hear them, but you won't really be able to see them. And sure enough, like in just the bare amount of light, I told him like, don't stand in front of the hive, because if anybody's coming home late, like they're gonna bump you. And sure enough, he stood in front of the hive and it landed on his face. I'm like, don't touch, and he went.
Yeah.
And it stung him. I felt so bad. I was like.
Yeah, he was wailing pretty good.
Yeah. I felt bad for him. He's like, don't touch it. Like, I know it hurts, buddy, but we gotta get like this stuff on it so you don't have a bad reaction.
Darren said, yeah, we have 2 fridges with freezers, 1 stand-up, 1 chest freezer, and I think we might need another freezer now. Basically, providing all our meat now. Have you ever thought about also, like, of course, selling it to any local restaurants or anything? Because we found out someone at our church actually is selling meat to a local restaurant near us. Yeah. Which our church is pretty far away, but the restaurant's right down the road.
Yeah, David Outdoors, I know, he hasn't been in here in a while, but I know with his lane chickens, like, he supplies, like, a restaurant. Which would be nice.
Adrian said, I don't know what you said, Ashley, but about Kinder Punch, but it's just an alcohol-free version of German, is it glue wine? Glue wine? Yeah.
What do they have on the office?
Probably.
When Dwight did the Dutch Christmas, and he, Beerschnickel?
Yeah, we definitely get our regular viewing of The Office because Josie loves it.
Josie loved it. Like, she knows. We'll be doing things and she'll be like, this is like what Dwight did in The Office in this episode. I'm like, we have watched that way too many times.
Yeah. Definitely. Which one?
Yeah, that one right there.
Adrian Brigitte got stung twice last year at the same time, upper thigh and right above her girl's spot.
Oh,
She was not a happy camper,
no,
but can laugh
especially
about
when it gets really itchy. It's not like
it. That's the one sting you through your
I got
jeans.
well through, and it was my fault. It was in the fall. In the fall, I think I got the one inspection. I got slammed like 3 or 4 times. Yeah, I've learned. I've learned that too.
And usually, like when she's working, I'll like watch the back of her legs too, so she don't like lean back.
Yeah, the one I remember, the first one I got like right in here, but I was pulling a frame, and the little girl she just landed like right in the crook of my arm, and as I pulled back, like I put pressure on her, and I felt bad because I'm like, oh, you died, you know, like if I'd have just noticed that she was there, I would have stopped and let her move, but yeah, I feel so bad when they sting because I'm like, oh no, I don't want you.
That's one thing that's about getting the swarms. I mean, they're not aggressive at all usually.
No, I mean, he got bumped in the face though, where I'm like, don't squint.
If anybody's going to get stung, I will, of course. And I always wear protective gear anyways because I'm like highly allergic to every sting, it seems like. That's what voices reactions. Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know why I'm laughing at that. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at your pain.
Yeah, because like it's yellow jackets I'm formerly like allergic to. Like, I used to have to carry an EpiPen, but I got allergy shots to build up resistance or something like that. They did
but like yellow jackets are mean.
But like I got stung by like a bumblebee on my shoulder while I was bush hogging. My whole shoulder swelled up for like 4 days. And then I had a honeybee sting me in the arm when I was motorcycle riding and went up my sleeve. And my whole wrist swelled up. Like people at work are like, what the heck happened to you? Got stung? What? Oh, you want to tell the bumblebee story?
No, I'm sure I probably already told it. Like when we first moved here and he was bush hogging in the back. Like a really old, slow, like tractor.
I get.
I was in the back with the goats and Joe was back there with me and we're like pet the goats and loving on them. And he comes up. He was wearing a cowboy hat. And he's doing this with his cowboy hat. I'm like, look, Joe, Daddy's saying hi. And we're like both waving at the back of the farm. He's like, like tell me to come to him and like his whole shoulder is like so swelled up.
I ended up thinking so like 3 times.
He
but
did, and like
the one on the shoulder was ridiculous.
And everything it lasted for a couple of days. I just died because like we had electric fencing up at the time, so I could just go through the fencing. Like now our fencing, I could just hop it and go. But then I was like, I'm gonna get shocked. Joe's gonna get shocked. So I had to go out and around.
Yeah, because I was like trying to check because I felt like they were crawling all over me. But
He hit a ground nest.
Yeah.
A nest of ground bees is what it was. It's a Christmas thing.
Yeah.
So I thought so. There's Nichols.
Darren said, thought about it and might possibly, but government regulations might make the cost too high to be worth it. Yeah.
Infringement. Sorry, YouTube. Don't take me down. Censorship.
Food Dan is off to work.
Oh,
Talk to you later. Yep.
Adrian,
Thanks for stopping by. Yep.
Got your bees sitting swarm.
Definitely. Darren said, I'm okay with yellow jackets. The ball-faced hornet wasps that usually get me, they freaking hurt. Yeah, I heard they have like.
We had a ball-faced hornet wasp, hornet something.
Yeah.
It was like one of my last fall inspections. It was hovering around. And the only reason I noticed it was like 3 or 4 bees just like went at it. And like I grabbed it and killed it and squashed it. But like I was worried, like I had to watch for a while too because like they'll destroy your hive. I was like pretty sure that was a scout hornet or whatever that was gonna go back and do all the little things telling us where the food was at. But
those can sting. We have those
scary looking.
We have those big cicada killers too. Like they're like 3 inches or 4 inches long with huge stingers. The nice thing about them is they're not aggressive at all. Like they won't bother you.
No, they
but
get really
Coyote did get like he held one on his arm, got stuck, and it was like he said it was painful, which I can imagine. Like the stinger on this thing.
They're not normally hostile or like aggressive towards you.
They don't care. It's sort of like the carpenter bees. They don't go after you either. So
yeah. I don't know. So I don't know, you guys, whoever follows me on Facebook. So I know like Darren, you guys follow on Facebook, and I'm friends with Emma and Adrian. We got a new buck. So we got another goat. I mean, life is about more goats. I'm living that to the fullest.
Yeah, we need to sort of add some variety in bloodlines to her, which is one reason they actually sold me on getting a new buck.
So flu bred 11 goats. Well, soon it'll be 14 if the 3s are in there now come up being pregnant. But I'm like, for those does that I'm going to retain, like he can't breed them. I'm like, so what am I going to do with them? I can't just let them. They're dairy goats. They're not meant to just sit out there and be in the field for no reason. So we got another buck.
He's a cute little guy,
He's
though.
super cute. He's
got blue eyes, which is the winter for Ashley.
Yeah, he's black.
He's got good blood lines.
Fantastic blood lines.
It was a decent drive. It was about
3 hours.
It was 3 hours because Apple Maps was being ridiculous. It took us on the longest path possible. So
yeah, it did.
Yeah, it was
weird. It brought us south and tried to take us north again. I'm like, wait a second.
Because we had to go in Ohio a little bit, but it was mainly just straight north.
It was like right on line though.
Yeah.
Like you literally could have probably thrown a ball and it would have gone into Indiana. It was pretty close.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was poor Jo. Like, she wanted to stay home, but and she's 11. Like technically here per like state law, I can leave her here for a few hours. It was gonna be 6 hours, so she was so angry.
Us
like,
as a kid,
right.
we never got to stay home on that stuff like
we were
that.
not allowed to stay
you have
home
to
like
endure
that.
with
Yeah.
it.
So,
Plus, she's got married. She could play with her.
we did talk, like we didn't get to choose where and when we wanted to go. Like mom and dad loaded us up, and if we did, like.
And I'm like, you have the advantage. You can bring your game system with you as a kid. Like, I don't like that, but yeah, he ended up riding in the backseat of the Kia, and actually he was pretty calm.
That was your Focus. We didn't see the Kia.
Oh, that's right, the Focus. So you used to home goods in the Kia, but yeah, in our little Focus, even smaller car, he was in the backseat of that, but he's still pretty tiny.
Yeah.
He's
a
really,
bottle baby.
Yeah.
Like he's still in the bottle. He only gets 2 bottles a day, so I can handle that. He's past that. I need 6 bottles, like once every 2-3 hours. So
yeah.
He's past that phase, thank goodness, because I can't handle that phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're supplementing Tiana's.
That really tiny small buck Tater Tot. I love his name, Tater Tot. We were supplementing him because I noticed like she just kind of is not wanting to mother him, but there's 3 and there's only 2 teats. So like even when she is still for them to nurse, because even like mother goats will teach their babies to have banners. And they only come up to nurse when they're invited. So you've got 3 that are bum rushing her, and she's only got 2 teats. And usually, because he's the smallest, he loses out. So I've been supplementing him as well.
Yeah.
And so he's just getting supplement in the day and the night, but it's really helping. And I got disbudded. I was really worried about the small ones getting disbudded. Nigerians don't seem like they take the iron as well as like the boars did.
And she's been supplementing as soon as they get disbudded with
I give them Banamine. So like Banamine is an anti-inflammatory and a painkiller.
It seems to help.
It does help
right off the bat.
And
so
I mean, yeah, because
and it's a low risk, ain't it?
It's low risk. I mean, it really depends on like who's wielding the iron and who, if they know what they're doing. And I've taken every one of my kids. Oh yeah, it's fine. It can be given orally or it can be injectable. At that age, I don't poke them with needles. I don't want to give them a reason to not like me. I don't even hold them for.
Especially after they've gone through this budding.
Yeah, so. Like thankfully, like he had 2 vet techs with him, so I didn't have to hold them. I got to take them away from them and like throw them and put them back in because at that age,
it was funny that all of them were in together in one crate.
Yeah, you told me on Instagram. You saw pictures of 8 little babies in a big old crate.
It was
my car.
Tote full of goats.
It was a tote of goats. Yes, it was.
I must sit laying in the bed listening. I think I'm gonna crash when you're done. You sound like Ashley.
After this, I do crash. We close up the ducks.
I mean, it's a quiet night. Like tonight with that rain and stuff, she'll go to 8:30.
Well, yeah, if it will let me.
Yeah.
But I'm like, Ben, are you like?
And I'm over there running accounting numbers.
Yeah, trying to like talk to me about truck. I'm like, dude, I could go wait for 6.
I could stay like awake till like 2 and then just try and get up at 6.
I'm up at 5 right now, and that was like. I'm still not recovered from the every 2 hours. I'm kidding. And we're about to start that again here in about a day or 2 probably. So
I said carpenter bees are so chill. Them and fox squirrels are my homies.
I love them unless they're in like my wood boards on my fence. And then I'm just like, okay guys.
Yeah,
like,
they hit them hard one year. They haven't done it since.
No.
And they were drilling out. Like,
no, but I love it when they bump into people that don't know that they're pretty much harmless because they're like, oh my God.
But they'll hit you pretty hard sometimes.
You know?
I mean, they'll hit you ramming, but yeah, they're harmless. But
they're just saying hi.
Fox squirrels, I think Ashley's mom would disagree with you because they eat up her bird feeders.
Bird feeders, and they will dig up like bulbs.
Yeah.
The bulbs.
Which her mom has a ton of gardening around her house.
Yeah.
She gets so frustrated with it.
Angry. She'd be like, We were sitting there, and she's like, that effing chipmunk is back, and there was a little chipmunk in her garden, just like, take it away. And she's like, that little B-word, like, quit charging us.
Or if like there's one of the birds, like a blue jay or whatever, because they run off other birds or other. She gets worried if it's one of them birds or something.
I like blue jays are pretty and everything serves their purpose, but they are nasty birds.
Yeah,
they're nasty. They're not nice birds.
Darren said we were jumping in a hot tub, but listening until maple trees sat.
Oh, jeez.
Darren, look at this. You might be get around my friends because we want to get a hot tub. We're thinking about an inflatable one just to have as a trial period. So,
Darren, you're hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, you're hilarious.
I wish you could come to HOA because we would definitely go along with
you guys so.
Oh, crazy last. Okay, gang. See you next week. I'm going to put up a video next week to update all about our situation. Yeah, definitely do that.
Yes,
yeah,
super excited. Super excited.
Oh,
Patty's back!
Patty is back, or is it your clone, Patty? Just
yes,
kidding.
which clone is it? We want clones too. We want to clone ourselves so we can do the fun stuff here and then send.
You sound like you're underwater talking with bubbles.
Oh no! I hope that's not everything. Look, your thing is all froze up.
Oh no.
That's not good. We may have to start moving this back.
Yeah.
Like back there.
Oh, we just need to call Elon and tell him to get.
Yeah, if you can just get Starlink moving like in this general direction. We're on the waiting list, but.
Oh, Redding says sleep time.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good night. Good night.
Yeah. And he says I have the squirrel from hell in my car now. Her mom would agree with you at that.
Yeah.
Some
big squirrels too, like big squirrels.
I mean, honestly, because we hunt, we were thinking about going hunting last year for them and just didn't end up doing it. Our parents have some giant ones.
Well,
I mean, they're the type like when you go hunting, it's dark.
You think it's like a big deer. You're like, oh.
Yeah, and you look at the stupid squirrel.
You're like trying to turn real slow, like look around your tree.
And then also, the ones in her woods are always bad for just calling you out when they spot you. Like chattering,
terrible
flicking their tails, and
terrible tattletales.
Yeah.
And then if there's a crow nearby or a jay, forget it. You might as well wrap it up and go home.
Yep. Up, Bomber Steve.
Hello, Bomber
Steve.
Today from down under.
Yes.
How are you?
I said the real deal here this time.
Yeah.
So, Patty, are you holding out till June to get your planning in? Adrian was just talking about how you guys had a July frost one year. So, I'm going to try to beat the frost date.
He probably does.
This Ray is a little red one to do laugh too.
Yeah, he probably does.
They can be extra pesky.
They're ridiculous. They are ridiculous.
Emma said,
you
I
missed
clicked it down. Said, right, Elon needs to get on it. We are ready for Starlink. Yeah, he needs to just quit Twitter for a bit and get on some of that stuff.
I know, but he's doing some great things for Dogecoin right now, Mr. Elon. Like, thank you, Elon. Thank you.
Like, my family has now jumped into it a little bit because I started on it and talked to them about it. And just they got aware of it and we're talking about how we all call him Papa Elon. Like, Papa Elon.
If you could just put on a tweet again.
Yeah, pump things.
And make the markets jump a little bit.
It'd be cool though. Like, I don't know where he's at on his truck. I haven't looked at it in a while, but he's got an electric truck he's been trying to come out on. But it'd be cool if he got that going and it got mainstream.
I can't afford the old trucks right now. What do I care about a brand new electric
more
truck?
trucks and the price would drop. But I think that was the one. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But like he did a video of it when it was introduced. It was supposed to have like stronger windows or something like that. He took like a baseball or something and just turned around and chucked it at the window and it went through it.
Right through
and the engineer's like, well, we didn't get them in time before the presentation that you're doing right now. So that was an entertaining clip. I think it was
that
the
the one where he danced on stage and it was like hardcore dad dance?
I ain't gonna lie. I like Elon. He cracks me up.
You make up the moves, buddy.
He don't need the moves. He's kind of funny. He don't care.
That's true. He don't
It just takes the last dance. Let's see. Bomber Steve's going well 4 weeks from moving in a new house.
Yay!
That is awesome.
Isn't that
Countdown
such a fun
time.
feeling though when you know you're that close after waiting so long?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I'm
So
super
what's the
excited,
next
guys.
project? Are you guys in the planning stages around it to get all the other farm work? Because I know like when we moved here, it was just flat land and we put in the house. And of course, our next goal was the barn. So
Yeah.
We started with the chicken coop, which we just bought one of those
Like
sheds
cheap ones
from
Lowe's.
Home Depot or Lowe's in the parking lot. Yeah, which it worked. I mean, it's actually been used as a duck house down there. But
It's in a little bit of disrepair, but
But
nothing.
the big barn was the next project along with fencing.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, the one thing we do a lot of planning before we set things up too, because especially things like barns, they're sort of permanent. So
Yeah.
you don't get to move them. We've been fortunate. Everything we've set up has actually worked out well.
There's not
We try to plan ahead.
That we came back to that we were like, gosh, why didn't we think about this ahead of time? Not saying there aren't some things where like, I wish we would have thought it out a little bit better, but nothing like with the more permanent infrastructure that we're like, we totally screwed the pooch on this one.
Mm-hmm. Where to begin's heading out.
Well, good night, where to begin. I hope you have a nice, restful evening.
Hattie said, I'm not sewing anything else this year, moving the crimp and gardening.
Yeah.
Perfect excuse to go to the farmer's market.
Don't you love the feel of the farmer's market, though?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, we don't get to go to them very often.
We have quite a few.
There are like 3 or 4 like within the immediate like areas that I would like to start visiting more. But like, there's just something about that feeling of like, that's hard rain. That's hard rain. Really hard rain. That's probably why we sound weird. I'm thinking that's probably messing with our internet.
I like the farm markets around here. They're pretty broad in what they offer too. Like, it's not just vegetables. Like, I actually bought some woodcraft stuff. They opened it up pretty.
Yeah, I like the variety. I like the variety and like the artisanship, because sometimes you get like the real artisans. Not everybody isn't an artisan in their own way, but you can just tell when someone's like really honed in a specific craft, and it just, I don't know, like whatever work they've done, it just screams like how much they've invested time and how much skill they have. Like, those are the booths where I'm like, I just want to stand here and look at everything.
Emma said, Astro, I forgot to tell you we have a mailbox. We took our package and Adrian's.
No! Really? Did you get, is it the new one I sent too?
Uh-oh.
Oh, that makes me feel so sad in my heart, Emma.
Those people are disgraceful.
People are disgusting, like, seriously.
I hate when they show those videos of people getting stuff taken off their porch. I'm like,
you need to get a glitter bomb. Yeah. You need to get a glitter bomb and just like load.
She needs a attack rooster, put it in the mailbox, so when they come out, bam.
Yes, I have a rooster I can put on them.
I said, what is Starlink? I'm mad at Elon. If I sold all my doji a month ago, you missed the pump. You had paper hands, as they say. To buy AMC theaters, that he had to open his fat mouth. Yeah, he did. It's all riding on his hype.
That's all right. I had a guy at work he knows that Mark is into crypto because I kind of mentioned it. And he came into my office like when crypto went, or not crypto, but Doji went from, what was it? It was like 3 cents to 9.
Hawks bought it real cheap.
You bought it really cheap, but like he sold it at 9 cents on a Tuesday, and then Thursday when it went to like 40 cents, he's like, if I had invested what I wanted to, that my wife told me not to. He's like, and if I hadn't sold it on Tuesday, he's like, today I would have $2.5 million. I'm like, why are you killing yourself with the coulda, shoulda, wouldas? I'm like, you're not living in the moment. Just let it go. Mm-hmm. It's cool. Like, you didn't invest it anyways. Like, you made money, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, then see, you got right on the positive.
Sorry, you didn't have to get greedy with you.
I felt bad though, because I told him, like, I'm not your support therapist here for crypto.
Almost on the mailbox. Our neighbor had their mailbox egged the weekend, so before somebody stole mail. Man, you guys will have to get a neighborhood watch for that guy.
That's ridiculous. So you didn't get the last.
That's awful.
Emma.
Bomber Steve said new chicken coop, shed to put up, garden beds to build, outdoor patio, high tunnel, get pigs on the property, 2 shipping containers empty, old shed to hold down.
Just a weekend's worth.
Yeah. Bomber Steve, that sounds like a laundry list. You are going to be busy for a while.
Yeah. But you're probably like a lot of us where you're like, you don't believe in idle hands. Like, you can't wait to get
a lot of content to put out though.
Yeah, really, for real.
Because actually even mentioned that, like, she wishes she would have had a lot more when we built things soon, because I mean we're already chugging along.
Really would not have believed what it looked like before we moved out here. Like, that's not me like tooting my horn, but I'm gonna toot it just a little bit. Like, it looked nothing
she
like
said it's Patty, but still so frustrating. We lived here 7 years and never had issues with our mail.
Probably
seems like it's getting more frequent. Yeah, it's just I think because people know that so many people are using online services, especially Amazon. People are like,
well, they said like people will follow the Amazon trucks around. I know like we have problems with it more so like where I work with Amazon. Like you can tell that there are people that follow, and they just they're Portuguese, which is ridiculous because it's like. I don't know, if you put that much effort into actually contributing to society, you're probably very successful. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Palmer Steve list continues.
Oh, God.
Orchard to plant, dam to build, driveway to construct, market garden beds to start on, hay storage to sort out, and that's just a start. Well, that's a heck of a start.
Well, good luck, though. That's exciting, though. Building up infrastructure and, like, starting with a clean slate, I think, is just kind of like an intoxicating feeling. So I'm kind of envious, but not envious because that's a lot of work.
Yeah. Patty liked your idea of the glitter bomb with the skunk spray. Yes. I love watching his videos from that because he also records it with the camera. So it's awesome to watch those videos.
Yeah, I'll have to look. Emma, I haven't seen anything in my email, but she said like they were processing it. So
yeah,
I'll look tomorrow.
Or
when I'm off of here, I'll look. Jim, your big fluffy butt's right on my foot.
That's awful, though. I mean, you're trying to get things done, and people just want to make life harder.
What?
Patty said, well, we had 2 shootouts just once from you this week. Just 2 long. That's scary.
Oh, Patty, be so careful.
Yeah,
people are crazy right now. Like, people are really, this is what I'm really glad that we're out. We live way out and away from everything.
It doesn't change much out here. It's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and like gunshots are like, not like in a bad way, but like people, you can hear people target practice all the time.
Yeah, that might be like the neighbor down the street. He's been shooting pretty regular the last month or 2. I'm like, where are you getting the money? I mean,
are you made of money?
I hear it. I get jealousy. Like,
well, all I can hear is
where are
like,
you getting this from? Yeah.
I don't hear like. Yeah. I don't hear the repercussions.
Every time he does that shoots, which he ain't shooting a lot. He'll probably throw a ball.
Saturday and Sunday, like I can always expect this thing.
Actually, he always hears me like, where's he getting that? He's like shooting gold right now.
Somebody down the road though, they've got a freaking cannon. Yeah. They've got reverberates the house. We're like, what are you shooting?
Got a couple 50 cows in the area, so.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
Good night, guys.
Yeah.
Have fun bouncing.
Bomber Steve said lots of video footage coming up. It sounds like it.
That's really exciting.
A lot editing. You're gonna have trouble finding editing time with all those projects.
People love it when you start new projects and they can kind of follow along with you. I feel like it helps your audience connect. So that's great.
Said that guy's awesome. Keep looking for updated versions of the skunk spray guy because he's.
Oh yeah.
He's very entertaining. I think he used to work for NASA, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think so.
Like he put all that together. It's pretty impressive. Margie said, "For I tell you, I got my bag ordered. I ordered from the store. I have to contact them about my water bottle. I guess I have to change the design. I absolutely love the bag. Love the bag.
Is the design not good? What happened to it, Margie?
Yeah, what happened to the water bottle?
That makes me sad. I'm gonna have to get with Spreadshirt and be like, I'll move my shop a few quick screw stuff up."
So Emma said, we hear people doing target practice out here all the time, but where I grew up, they definitely were practicing them as rush shots.
Yeah.
I grew up in the ghetto.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah.
Because like we were talking about that the other day. I'm like, could you imagine someone that like is not used to that though, or like in your situation when you're younger, where that would have been like a cost for.
Yeah, there's been a couple videos actually filmed and like. I think you hear
you can hear it in the background.
Yeah, somebody's out here shooting. I mean, I'll go in the backyard if I'm testing. Like I built something or fix somebody's gun, I'll go out in the backyard.
Yeah, like he fixed his brother's
father-in-law.
Well, grandfather-in-law.
Oh, that's right.
Grandfather-in-law. He had a black powder pistol that just would not fire. He got it working, but yeah, we took that out. That was a blast to shoot. I didn't think I'd like shooting black powder pistol as much as I did.
And then I fixed the 22 he had. It was like a cool family heirloom he passed down and got that working. So, but yeah, out here they just do it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's died down because of the supplies harder to get, like everything else.
I noticed like our shelf stocks are coming back, but they're still a little inflated. Everything is inflated right now.
Yeah, lumber's just like we talked about last time. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, like I've heard from different people like food is next, like a shortage of food. So
that's why it's going to be almost better.
So definitely get your gardens going this year. Oh, like, Margie said they told me that the silver and the sticker didn't match.
Oh, that stinks.
Well, let us know how it turns out.
Like, And if it's something where it's a design that you can get that it just doesn't work, then like I might remove the options for that.
Some popularity with the shop. Plus, we buy it that I gift things to people, especially like, hey, here's a sticker and stuff.
Yeah.
So if they're not doing a good job, I
mean, that kind of sucks. That bothers me here and there.
Margie I told them to just pick a design. I'll be happy, but they said I have to call.
I hate that. I'm like, I'm giving you leeway.
Yeah.
Like, just do it.
Emma said, I told the girls about how we had to drop while we were running perimeters for soccer because of a drive-by.
Oh my gosh, Emma,
oh wow,
that's so crazy.
That's
oh my lord, that would just get your heart pumping. That's scary.
Mm-hmm. Margie said they can replace it with a coffee cup.
So was it the metal water bottle? Because I think I saw that order come through, and I'm a nosy person. I'll be like, what did they order? You know,
she likes to see what's popular.
I like to see what's popular, what people are choosing.
She definitely looks at this, get an idea on future designs and products. So, yeah, keep us in tune, Margie, how that turns out. Because
I mean, if it comes down to it, like I can call and be like, hey, like these people are finding
this. She said she's going to call tomorrow. Yeah, the metal water bottle.
Okay, maybe I need to look at that design though. If they're saying like the sticker doesn't go with the silver, then I might just remove that. That stinks. I thought I was looking at it close enough, but I guess not. I'm sorry.
We like the metal water bottles. That's one reason we
I like the water. I do like metal water bottles.
So
I like them a lot.
But
yeah, speaking of like Mark working on black powder, I actually got a new powder horn. Is that something you guys would be interested? It's behind you. Like right that's on. I haven't done anything to it yet. It's right here in the
oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I got a fellow that I always
a powder horn holder.
Yeah, it's a sock. We always joke because I'm like, oh, you get your professional powder horn cover holder, and it's always a sock. But it's funny because he gave me a sock. I was like, it's washed, right? Like you're not giving me a dirty sock. So like he's got a powder horn. The guy made this. So this is a powder horn I'm going to be working on.
Like the detail's cool. There's a little step in there.
Yeah.
And it's got some little cutouts.
Well, this is just this right here actually.
It's
moisture stuff. Yeah. So it comes out just to help this keep its form while I'm working on it because I guess until he gets the wood end in here, it can move. It's malleable. So I'm just gonna.
I wasn't there. We met at Dunkin' Donuts. So I was inside Dunkin' Donuts.
Like, indulging. I was outside talking business. Yeah, but you know, is this something you guys would be interested in, like seeing a video on, or short at the very least? Because it's gonna be like primitive.
You should do one of those like
and scripts.
where you like, because it takes a while to do all of it. One of those where you like fast forward to it and just like
a time lapse.
Yeah. And make it like where everybody thinks how you work, because everybody with the laser engraving now is like, oh, you can get back in like a week, right?
I went for like an artisan. I tried to get to be part of like Indian Artisans, which is like a guild.
But then accept the type
and
of
they
work.
didn't. Well, it's very niche-y, and like some of the even though I have legal papers for a lot of the materials that I have because they're pre-banned, I have papers on them. It's like, you know, the market for this just isn't there, which I totally understand. But then there was one where he's like, these are two, and this isn't me toting my horn or anything, but he's like, he's like, for what you're charging and the quality of the work, he's like, it makes me feel like this is laser work. I'm like, it's not laser work, it's just like people don't appreciate real hand-hewn artisanship. They don't appreciate it because our society is like on demand.
Amazon gives you a lot of products.
And I mean, they're just like, it would make me think that it was laser. Like,
we're guilty of that too.
Yeah,
I mean, sometimes it's easy to get it.
Yeah.
So
I think I am gonna do a video on it, Emma. I think I probably should do at least a short because it's really fun and it brings me a little bit of money. And not that like we're hurting on anything or anything, but like it's been one of those things where I've been a little bit more money conscious lately because I'm trying to buy a truck and they're all inflated and
everything.
It's just a big purchase.
Emma's like, you want to do it in India?
Yeah.
I think you should.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Yep.
If Emma thinks I should, then I will.
Yep. That's determining good. Margie said, I'm working on a thank you gift for the shirt. I love it.
Oh, you don't need to do that, Margie.
Yeah.
We love that you're here for us.
And you do our moderating and you bring down the band hammer. So
Emma, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
You guys do a great job.
Up here I did see this. She said the bag of stuff I'm using as a purse.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Okay. Darren. It's the laugh
yeah.
when there's no tapping happening, right? Like,
the hot tub's getting suspicious.
I'm just a little worried. But then again, if that were happening, I'd be like, put your phone down and focus too. It's like,
no, I don't know, like, with his cows, could he do a powder horn off of this?
Yeah, he definitely could do a powder horn off it. Have you ever done that, like, cut the horn off? Because you can do a powder horn like what I was just showing, Darren. You can flatten them, like you can boil and press them. I really like the flat powder horns.
Yeah.
Because they're really easy to scrim on. I can do a little bit more detail without too much pull, like the natural curvature of the horn. But yeah, it's super. I enjoy it, but at the same time, it's super tedious and nobody really appreciates the work. So like, I get really discouraged.
I must say, yeah, people have lost appreciation for the craft and skill it takes to create things like that. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The one guy was like, "Oh, my 5-year-old could do that." And I'm like, "You make sure you bring your 5-year-old's work back so I can see it." Like, we'll literally say that stuff to your face.
Things
Where
be
you're
rude,
like,
yeah, we've had a couple of people like, "Oh, I can get that at Walmart." Well, go ahead.
Go get it at Walmart. That's cool.
So, let them know what design you want on it, because I'm sure they
it
won't be
custom.
Yeah. Because like Ashley, like when at the shows, I mean, that's the selling point. There's like a lot of people bring their own designs of what they want, and
yeah, they do.
she can incorporate
They
little
have
things
their own
and
little
names
ideas.
and people, because she's gonna put his horn on there, which is common,
Horn,
with the name of the
a very
person.
long German name
Yeah.
that I have to script
And
out.
then
I'm like,
what else are you putting on the back?
on the back, he wants a primitive long rifleman shooting at a deer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all primitive artwork, which is cool because like I really like to do realism. So to do something more primitive is a little bit outside of my wheelhouse. I can still do it and do it well. It's just like it's fun because it's something different that I wouldn't normally choose to do. So it interests me.
Yeah.
Not to mention, like, you get to look up real historical pieces and try to see, like, how they did their art or what their interpretations were, what type of methods they used, like if it was cross-hatching or stippling or anything like that. I just find that really fun to go and look at.
Karen said we are out of the hot tub.
Okay, thank goodness.
And
that doesn't mean anything,
was
though.
that PG? Questionable.
Emma was on it.
Yeah.
She knew. I was like, Karen.
It was like out of the blue. Where did you say, "So appreciate your shirt with my Dilly Queen on"? Yep, that was definitely
for you.
geared towards
that was definitely for you. That whole
your
design was
fanship
made
for
with you
Dilly,
in mind. Yeah, that was made with you in mind. So.
Oh, Darren said, Brigitte is working on a skull and horns, but we'll keep this one complete rather than a powder drinking horn, etc.
That's cool.
That is awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, because she's got some work to do. She hasn't picked it up in a while, have you?
It's probably been 2 years. But I really burnt myself out on it. Like, you can make okay-ish money doing it, but like people, I'm not trying to get on. I'm not trying to get on the soapbox, and I think, Emma, you could probably relate to this too, or anybody that does anything that's handcrafted. Like, if you really want quality work or you want my best work, it has to be in my time. I do not like working with deadlines because a lot of people give it to me like, "Oh, take your time, like however long it takes," and then 2 weeks later, they're like, "Where is it?" I'm like, "Remember when I asked you if you had a deadline?" Because I don't know, and a lot of the people like within this specific realm and niche, that's what they do. Like, they are leather workers, they are blacksmiths. That is what they are doing by trade. That is how they're making their living. And when I'm like, I have a homestead, we do milk goats, we show my kids in softball, I coached for a while, I had a full-time job. I'm like, this is not. I have to sit down and do this. I need to like money, I'm like, this isn't my main gig. And it's just, I'm flattered they thought that was my main gig, but I'm like, no, this isn't what I do for a day job. Like, this is a side hustle. I like side hustles too. Side hustles are fun.
Yeah, that one's gonna be pretty cool. It's got a lot of space.
I really like the guy.
The one cool thing is, like with the horns, is you sort of have to look at how the curve of the horn is.
Especially if they're going to be wearing it. Yeah. Because if it curves wrong, or if they're a righty or a lefty, it will come into play too. Like, if you decide what horn you're going to use. Because someone will be like, "I'm a lefty," and they'll always pick out
like
a right.
That one's a right one, right?
Yeah.
Based on how it curves in.
Yeah.
Because you want it to sort of hug your head. So.
Yeah. So like you've got back out of it. I had the sock holder. But because it kind of curves like this way, like he's actually going to have it as a left side, so it's going to sit more like this. You always want like this end faced out, but If you did it this, I mean, you couldn't do it this way. It would just like
Stick out.
yeah, it would stick out. So.
And one thing we always have to be careful with is the plugs in the end.
He took it out though because humidity can affect those.
Yeah.
I've had my fair share of boards cracked because someone just wrenched
At a show, you hear it pop.
show. They took out and just wrenched it into it, and that entire power board is effed. It's not worth anything now. The reason why I stopped doing shows, people will mistreat stuff or that. Or the one guy was picking up the mastodon, which is mammoth tusk, and was just taking his fingernail and picking at it and flicking it off. I'm like, that is mammoth tusk. Please stop. What is your problem?
People never stop.
It's okay though. It's okay. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up so I can go close up my chickens and close up my ducks.
The dogs want out
and
too.
we have really enjoyed talking with you guys, and I can't wait to talk to you guys next week. And hopefully, I'll bring in baby goats next time because they're starting to get big enough for mom to please take them. So I don't want to cause any stress. So I'm waiting for that time to come, which will probably be next week.
Yep.
But thank you guys so much for being here. Hopefully, I will go live at some point for a goat birth if they'll ever let me catch them on film. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for being here with us, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday.
Yep. Bye.
Bye, guys.